So this kind of example shows an attitude about something. So an attitude by definition is a positive or negative evaluation of something that then affects or predisposes your behavior towards that thing, a person, a situation, etc. And there's kind of these ABCs of attitudes. They share these three basic elements. You might recognize them from the beginning of this lecture. The first is affect, or another word for emotion. So this is your emotional response to the object, how you feel about it. Then we have B for behavior. So this is how you actually respond to the object. And this is cognition, or otherwise your thoughts about the object. So for instance, in that example before, you might have said things like, well, I like chocolate. Or in contrast, well, I know that biting into ice cream sandwiches makes my teeth hurt. Or I've had good experiences with this brand. So therefore, I'm going to choose to buy a Breyer's chocolate ice cream. So it's taking an evaluation of something that predisposes an action. And you might wonder how we form attitudes. And there are so many ways. So the first is just your experience with the thing. So how we talked about, like, I've had good experience with Breyer's ice cream or that type of thing. You might like certain flavors after you try them. But also, we form attitudes based off those around us. So we tend to adopt the attitudes of our friends, our family, and that kind of strengthens our chances of being socially included in things, right? So if let's say like you're not an ice cream person at all, but you might start to form a positive attitude about ice cream if your friend group likes to go out for ice cream on Friday nights. That's like the similar thing if you've like dated someone and you like pretend you like their same music so you can like fit in, right? This tends to happen a lot with observational learning. And if you remember back to the learning chapter, where when you observe other people doing certain things, like choosing Breyer's ice cream from the grocery store, you might start to then do that behavior because you want to fit in. You want to also, show that you're similar to those people in the ways that you respond. So you might form a similar attitude. But lastly, genetics. So twin studies, if you remember back to how we talked about development and how we study genetics, twin studies have shown us that twins who were separated since birth end up showing similar attitudes as adults. So there might be some genetic component as well. So thinking about these things, how attitudes might be formed, let's return back to COVID again. And I want you to tell me, don't feel shame there's no right or wrong answer to this question. But I want to know what your personal attitude is about wearing masks. But I want you to think about, more importantly than what your attitude actually is why you think that attitude formed the way that it did. So can you think about maybe from your personal experience, why you might have chosen to or to not wear a mask? Or maybe the people that you're around, your family, your roommates. Why did that affect whether you wore a mask or not? You can't super get into genetics, I suppose, but just think about maybe the ABC, the thoughts, the actions, the feelings that you have around you that might have influenced your attitude on masks.